Number 1. The slow motion effect. When people survive car crashes or near-death falls, many say the same thing. Time slowed down. But here's the twist. Time didn't actually change. Your perception did. In those moments, your brain floods your system with norepinephrine and adrenaline, shifting all processing power towards sensory intake and memory formation. It's basically saying, record everything. We might need this data later. That hyper-awareness crams so much information into a few seconds that, when you recall it later, it feels like time expanded. It's not magic, it's neurological overclocking. Number 2. Dissociation. The "I'm watching myself" mode. Ever heard stories of people floating outside their body during a trauma? That's called dissociation, and it's one of the brain's strangest tricks. When danger becomes overwhelming, your brain hits the emergency eject button, disconnecting your sense of self from your body to reduce panic. In evolutionary terms, it's the psychological version of playing dead. You feel like you're watching the event happen to someone else. Pain dulls. Time blurs. It's eerie, but it's also your brain trying to protect your consciousness from shattering. Number 3. The last burst phenomenon. Right before some people die, their loved ones notice a sudden spike of energy, a brief moment where they seem normal again. It's not a miracle. It's biology. As the brain loses oxygen and energy, it starts dumping every remaining neurotransmitter, dopamine, serotonin, even endorphins, in one last flood. For a short time, this creates a weird sense of peace or clarity. Hospice nurses call it the surge. It's not life returning, it's the body's final system reboot. Number 4. The tunnel of light trick. So many near-death survivors report the same vision, a tunnel. A bright light, a feeling of warmth. But scientists think it's less about heaven, and more about retina physics. As oxygen drops, your visual cortex starts to fail from the outside in, leaving only your central vision. That's what creates the illusion of a glowing tunnel. Combine that with surges of endorphins and serotonin, and your last moments might literally look divine. Number 5. The memory flash. That whole life flashing before your eyes thing. Not a myth, but not a movie montage either. When death feels imminent, the brain's temporal lobes, especially the hippocampus, go into overdrive, rapidly firing old memory circuits in random bursts. It's not orderly, it's chaos. Snapshots, sounds, smells, all replaying like static before the signal cuts. Basically, your brain is frantically backing up your hard drive before the power goes out. Number 6. The pain shutdown protocol. One of evolution's kindest features. When your body is truly dying, pain becomes optional. Massive trauma triggers an endogenous opioid release, your body's homemade morphine. That's why soldiers can lose limbs and keep running. Or crash survivors crawl out of wreckage with bones broken and not even notice. The brain doesn't want you to feel pain if it won't help you survive, so it flips the switch, and for a few eerie minutes, you feel nothing. Number 7. The calm before oblivion. This one's haunting. Some drowning survivors describe an instant where the panic stops, replaced by an overwhelming sense of calm. That's hypoxia-induced euphoria. As carbon dioxide builds up and oxygen plummets, your brain's fear centers shut down before consciousness does. It's your body's chemical mercy. If you're going out, you might as well go out peacefully. Number 8. The zombie reflex. Sometimes, even after clinical death, no heartbeat, no brain activity, bodies move, hands twitch, eyes open, people sit up. It's not horror movie stuff, it's called post-mortem motor activity. Electrical signals still bounce through the nervous system for minutes, even hours. Muscles fire randomly. Reflex arcs trigger. Your body doesn't know you're dead yet. So yeah, zombies aren't real. But the glitch they're based on definitely is. Number 9. The backup brain. Here's something wild. When your higher brain, the cortex, shuts down, your brainstem, the ancient reptile part, can still run basic survival code. Heart rate, breathing rhythm, reflexes, all continue autonomously. It's the system that kept early animals alive for hundreds of millions of years. So even when you are gone, The creature inside you, that old survival machine, fights on for a few more minutes. Number 10. The Lazarus Circuit. This is rare, but it happens. Some people declared clinically dead have suddenly come back. It's called the Lazarus effect. And it's not supernatural, it's physiological lag. After CPR or cardiac arrest, blood pressure can spontaneously return as oxygen finally reaches the heart. For a few seconds, the system restarts itself. The ultimate backup plan, though it usually doesn't last. Number 11. The brain's final illusion. As the brain fades, one of the last senses to go is hearing. That's why people often report hearing voices or whispers near death, even when unconscious. Your mind is piecing together sound, memory, and emotion into one last dreamlike narrative. Some scientists think that's what near-death experiences really are. A self-composed ending, a hallucination so comforting that your brain writes it as your final story. Outro 1400 to 1500, your brain doesn't just go quietly. It negotiates, bargains, cheats, and rewrites the code, all in the name of survival. It's not perfect, but it's proof of how far evolution will go to keep you alive, or at least make you feel like you are. So the next time you get a rush of adrenaline, or your heart races in fear, remember, that's the same ancient system that's been saving lives for millions of years. You're not just human, you're a walking archive of survival instincts, and that is pretty amazing. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, and maybe, stay a little alive.